Learn English Podcast.
Okay, so today we're pulling back the curtain on four really common words: this, that, these, and those. They seem tiny, right?
Deceptively simple.
Exactly. But they're doing some serious heavy lifting in, well, pretty much every conversation you have.
Yeah.
Their real magic is this kind of pointing ability. And it goes way beyond just, physical objects.
Oh, absolutely. What's fascinating is what linguists call their deictic nature. It sounds complex, but
Okay.
it just means their meaning is totally locked into your context, like where you are right now when you're speaking, even what we both already know or assume.
Right.
Without that context, that shared understanding,
Right.
the word itself doesn't tell you exactly what it means. Think about being on the phone trying to explain something in the room with you.
Oh, yeah. Impossible without pointing this thing over here.
Exactly. Suddenly, this becomes a challenge. It really shows their power.
And fundamentally, choosing between them comes down to, well, it's like a simple grid in your head, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. 2 dimensions.
Is it singular or plural? And is it near or far? Will help you really master that mental map. Okay, let's just quickly refresh that core framework. Because, it's the foundation, this and these, they point to things near you.
Right. Close by.
Spatially, usually.
Singular for this, plural for these.
Yeah. And then conversely, that and those signal distance.
Further away.
Further away. That for singular, those for plural. Think like this coffee cup right in front of you.
Okay.
Versus, say, that building across the street.
Got it. Simple enough.
But, and it's not just physical space we say this morning for today, right?
Yeah.
But maybe that morning when we were talking about last week.
Oh, right. Time as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like you said earlier, that mental map, that's an idea, something abstract we now both understand, not something you can touch.
Okay, so the pointing part, near, far, singular, plural, that seems pretty straightforward. But here's where it gets, well, really interesting and honestly, where it can sometimes trip people up.
Distinguishing when these words are acting as pronouns versus when they're determiners. Or adjectives, as some might call them.
Yeah, it's like they wear different hats depending on the job they're doing in the sentence. And the key thing to look for is the word immediately followed by the noun it's modifying.
Okay.
If it is, like in this cake is amazing, see how this points directly to cake.
All right. It's specifying which cake.
Exactly. It's wearing its determiner hat there. It determines which noun we mean, functioning like an adjective.
Okay. And the other hat, the pronoun.
That's when it stands alone. It takes the place of a noun we already understand, like maybe someone points to the cake and just says, "This is amazing."
Ah, so this replaces this cake.
Precisely. This is the subject, standing in for the noun. It's a pronoun.
So understanding that difference. Wow, that really helps with being precise, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Whether you're writing an important email or just trying to be clear in a discussion, precision.
Okay, so knowing these principles, let's talk pitfalls. Where do people, maybe even native speakers, commonly stumble?
Oh, that's a great question. There are definitely a couple of classic ones. The first one you hear a lot is a number mismatch. Agreement issues.
Like what?
Well, like saying these kind of problems. You hear that quite a bit.
Right, but kind is singular.
Exactly. So grammatically, it really should be this kind of problem. Or you make kind plural. These kinds of problems, both words need to match singular with singular, plural with plural.
Okay, that makes sense. What else? You mentioned clarity.
Yeah, especially in writing, this is important. We lose all the nonverbal cues, right?
Yeah.
The pointing, the eye contact.
Totally.
So if you use a pronoun like this or that to refer back to a whole idea or maybe a situation, it can sometimes be ambiguous.
Can you give an example?
Sure. You write, our contractor is skeptical about solar energies. That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
What does that refer to? Is it the contractor? The solar energy itself? Or, more likely, their skepticism?
Yeah, it could be any of those. Ambiguous.
It is. In conversation, you might stress the word or pause or gesture, and it would be clear. But in writing...
You lose that. Pun intended, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to be crystal clear, especially in writing, you can just add a noun back in. Instead of just, that doesn't surprise me, you could write, that skepticism doesn't surprise me. Or, that attitude doesn't surprise me.
Ah, okay. It pins it down. Removes the guesswork.
Exactly. It's not just for physical things. Think about writing, my team disagreed with the proposal. That was surprising.
Okay, yeah. What was surprising? The disagreement. The proposal.
Right. Adding a noun, that disagreement was surprising. Or that proposal was surprising makes all the difference. Clarity.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive really shows how these seemingly small words are actually incredibly powerful tools.
Very versatile. They're much more than just simple pointers.
They help us manage the flow of information, connect ideas, link sentences.
Yeah, and shape the whole rhythm of communication. They can point backwards to something we just talked about, or even forwards to something we're about to say. Really crucial for coherence.
So really getting a handle on these nuances, it can genuinely boost how clearly you understand others and how effectively you get your own points across.
Absolutely. Big impact from small words.
Okay, so here's our final thought for you to mull over. Just consider the amazing flexibility of these demonstrative. How easily they let us shift our focus. We can point to something right here, tangible, in front of us. Then, in the next breath, point to a memory from years ago. Or point to a complex, abstract idea we just heard. It's like a linguistic superpower, really, hiding there in plain sight, just waiting for you to wield it with even more intention.